Okay, this is lesson 40 for 7th grade, and today we're talking about the sum of angles in a triangle. This should be review. Like always, we're going to add some things to it though. So today our main goals. Today we want to learn and remember that 3 angles in a triangle add up to a certain degree every time. And we want to use this degree measure to help us solve for missing angles in a triangle. We'll use this quite a bit the rest of the year, and we'll definitely use it a lot in geometry in the future. Alright, so we will do an activity tomorrow that proves to us that the sum of the angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. A lot of us may already know that, but knowing this fact, that 3 angles add to 180 degrees, let's take a look at this example. Okay, so it wants us to find the measure of angle A in triangle ABC. Okay, so it looks like we've got a 90-degree angle here, a 30-degree angle here, and we're trying to figure out what that angle is going to be right there. We want to find angle A. So we know that they add up to 180, so let's add 90 and 30 together. And we should get 120 degrees. Okay, so 120 degrees, that means A would have to be 60, or 180 minus 120. $60 degrees, because they all have to add up to 180. So 120 plus 60 is 180, or 90 plus 30 plus 60 is 180. So that missing angle has to be 60 degrees. So we have a similar way to solve for each. When we have one missing angle in a triangle, what we can always do is just add the 2 known angles together and then subtract that sum from 180. So that's one thing we'll always be able to do with those. Okay. Now I have a cool little diagram here. It says 2 intersecting lines form 4 angles. We have labeled these 4 angles 1, 2, 3, and 4 for easy reference. Okay. So if we look at angle 1 and angle 2, these 2 right here, they call those adjacent angles, and they share a common side. It says notice that together they form a straight angle, and a straight angle measures 180 degrees. So the measure of angles 1 and 2 is 180 degrees. So straight lines are 180 degrees, and angle 1 and angle 2 form a straight line right here. So those 2 add up to 180 degrees. And we'll show tomorrow with that little activity that if you take the 3 angles of a triangle and you cut them out and you line them up, kind of like a puzzle, you get a straight line. So we're going to prove that a straight line is 180 degrees with triangle angles. Okay, it says 2 angles whose sum is 180 are called supplementary angles. So we would say that angle 1 is a supplement of angle 2, and that angle 2 is a supplement of angle 1. So these 2 supplement each other, that means they both add together to 180. Now taking the same diagram, we have angles 1 and 3. We call these vertical angles, and they are not adjacent, but they share a common vertex. So 2 and 4, these are also vertical angles. And vertical angles are, so yes, formed by intersecting lines. Vertical angles have the same measure. So angle 3 and angle 1, they equal each other. Angle 2 and angle 4, they equal each other. So vertical angles are always equal. Okay? Alright. Now, 2 angles whose measures total 90 degrees are called complementary angles. So supplementary is when they add up to 180. Complementary is when they add up to 90 degrees. In the triangle below, A and B, angle A and angle B are complementary because the sum of their measures is 90. Okay? So we know that that has to be true. We have a 90-degree angle here, and 180 minus 90 is 90. So A and B have to add up to 90 degrees together to make this an actual triangle. We don't know what A and B would come out to be, but we do know that they have to add together to 90. Otherwise, we wouldn't have a triangle. So we would say A and B are complementary. Alright, so we're going to use some of those facts here to help us figure out the angles. So we want to first find the measures of x, y, and z. We're going to classify angle pairs as supplementary or complementary. So we have 90 degrees, 50 degrees, and then we have angle x. Looks like that could be the first one we try to find. So 50 and 90, add those together, excuse me. 9 plus 5 is 14. So 140 degrees, that means x has to be 180 minus 140, and we'll get 40 degrees. So x equals 40 degrees. I might want to write that in there. Okay. So then let's take a look at y. Angle y and angle x form a straight line together. So that means y and x are supplementary. They have to add up to 180 degrees. This is a straight line right here. So this has to be 140, because if we add 140 and 40, we get 180. So y, sorry, this should be angle y, equals 140 degrees. We should have an angle sign with that x too. Alright, and lastly, we'll look at z. A couple different ways that we could look at it. So we just said this was 140. Okay. Get a different color. We could look at it like this. Y and Z are supplementary. They have to add up to 180 because this is a straight line. Another way we could look at it is we say that vertical angles are equal and X and Z are vertical angles. So angle Z has to be 40 degrees as well. So our supplementary angles would be X and Y, they are supplementary. Angles Y and Z are supplementary. And then X and 50 degrees, those are complementary angles. Oops. I'll erase that quick. Our last one here. It says figure ABCD is a parallelogram. That means this side is parallel to this side is parallel to this side. Segment BD divides the parallelogram into two congruent triangles. Angle CBD measures 40 degrees. Which other angle measures 40 degrees? That's something floating around there. Don't know what that is. Interesting. Alright. That's definitely distracting me. Okay, just not look at it. Which other angle measures 40 degrees? Okay. Well, CBD. This is this triangle right here. So the thing about parallelograms is that the two opposite angles are equal to each other. So this is, well, we haven't gotten into that yet, but we will. So we won't go that route yet. I know that you don't yet. Anyway, let's just find angle D here, or this one right here. We can find that angle because we know two angles in the triangle, and we're looking for one more. So 60 plus 40 is 100. and we know that it has to add up to 180 degrees. So 60 and 40, 100. So this has to be 80 degrees. So we know that now. Oops, just erased it. $80 degrees. And I think maybe we do have to realize that the opposite angles are equal. Okay. So that means that this angle is also 80 degrees. This one is also 40 degrees. And this one is 60 degrees. These two have to be the same. And these two have to be the same, or these have to be the same as these two. So the other angle that is 40 degrees is ADB. We'll have to talk about that one a little bit more tomorrow, because we haven't really covered it too much yet, but we have seen it. So we'll get into that more tomorrow. I think that's all I have for today. Alright, so like I said, we'll cover more of this tomorrow, and thanks for watching.